And welcome to the Money Round. I am the Money Coach. Join me, my right hand man, Dom the Bomb on the ones and twos. And we're brought to you by Extreme Training, where the elite come and train with the elite. Also brought to you by Spartan Combat, some of the best pearl in the game. Shout out to Nick Garone. All right, well, today we do have a special guest. I say only a special guest. He's always on the show. But ever since I go do camps, if I go somewhere, people always ask me, hey, how's Dom going? How's Lehigh? So, Dom, we gotta give the people what they want and see how it go. Oh, you found the best pictures of you, huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
well, that's what I do, so I had to.
You got some good pictures. So, all right, so tell us, like, how has it been at Lehigh since the what's it been 2 years now?
Yeah, this is my second year, so red shirt freshman year. But it's been good. I really like it there. I always tell people when they ask, like, whatever I expected about it going in, kind of exceeded that. So I love it there for sure.
Awesome. Like, so what? I mean, Lehigh won the EIAA. This is what it
Yeah,
is.
EIWAs, yeah.
So, were your first year? Were they part of the everybody? Was this the first year they split, or last year was the first year they
No,
split?
so actually my first year here was the first year that they split. They used to have all the Ivy Leagues together.
Right.
But now the Ivy League's its own thing. That started last year. So this is the second year that they've been split up like that.
So, I mean, if you don't mind, I'll give it away too much. Does the coaches like that better? Do they not like it better?
Uh, I'm not
Or you
sure
don't
what the
know?
coaches think because they don't really talk about it. At the end of the day, it's like all the same thing. Just go do your job. But I don't know what I think. I think it kind of makes the allocations a little weird, like even with the Ivy Leagues too. But
Do y'all
yeah,
get less allocations now, or more? You think?
uh, I kind of want to say less because
Yeah.
like without the Ivy Leagues, like there's some good guys in the Ivy League too that aren't now in it. So I think less. But
All right. So tell us what's been your route so far. I mean, like, when you first got there, is it still the same? You still at the same weight class, or
so it actually. I'm at a different weight class this year, same weight class I wrestled in high school, 174. When I first came in, I decided to go down to 165, which was a little new for me because I didn't really cut weight in high school at all. Which that alone was already kind of an adjustment to like learn how to cut weight, how to feel good after the scale and whatnot. So that year I kind of like learned a little bit about that. And then this year I ended up going back up to 174, 165. We have Max Brignola. This is his senior year and whatnot. He's doing his thing there. So I went up to 174, competed a lot, felt good. Definitely felt a little undersized, which, I mean, I was in high school too and competed through that, but did pretty well. And then, yeah, so I'm kind of in that 65, 74 range, kind of an in-betweener.
yeah.
So I either have to put size on or go down type situation. But
Okay. So what do you think is one of the hardest things about college wrestling?
the hardest thing, I think the one thing that I notice is different between high school and college is just strength and physicality. Like when you get to college, I think like every kid who wrestles is going to be strong. They're going to be tough and they're going to be physical, and they're all pretty good at wrestling. Where high school, like you see a lot of guys, if they're just a little more physical or a little more like developed in high school, they could kind of just get away with just out physicaling guys. And in high school that works, but college, you kind of got to just focus on more so being good at wrestling and technical because everyone's tough, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
hand fighting is
So
definitely a big thing too. It's definitely a lot
all
meaner
right.
in college.
So what's the most? I got another question. I'm gonna say, what's the most important skill? Is it hand fighting, top game, leg attacking? I mean, I'm naming all skills, but what's you
Yeah.
think though? If you had to pick one most important skill, what's the most important skill to transition from high school to college?
I want to say that hand fighting is like a big change, but we talk about it all the time, me and you, like when you watch my matches and stuff, like top and bottom is definitely, I would say, the biggest jump from high school to college. And even just noticing, like, when I first got to college, being in the room, like, I was getting my butt kicked when I'm on bottom. You know what I mean? Guys are good on
Yeah,
top. And like you always say, if you are good on top, that's the best way to kind of evolve or like grow in college
yeah,
wrestling. That's definitely a big thing, especially with riding time and just getting back points, that's huge. So I would say, yeah, top and bottom.
Talk about it. You don't think hand fighting? I think it's so crazy now too because you watch like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you're like uh one of those guys where they didn't come in as superstars, but if you needed to start, you probably could have, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then you have like your superstar kids like your Jacks Forrest who just come in lights out.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say? Like, what would make the superstar kids different? Is it top bottom or is it the hand fighting?
Uh, I don't know if it's like one thing that stands out. I think more so just putting it all together and just like just
Yeah,
the pace they wrestle, the mindset they have wrestling. Yeah, I think for me, even in high school, I never like came out freshman year as the guy that's just killing everybody, like, but I've always been more of a long-term type guy, and that's kind of the same mindset I have now. Um, just keep growing in all areas. I think that's the main thing. A lot of those guys, they're pretty much good in both areas, on the feet, top and bottom. So I would say,
and I would say the good thing. Not that I was comparing you. I was just saying like
yeah,
sometimes, but I think that's what I always liked about you was like you just focus. As long as you focus on you and you
yeah,
don't look into other people's like, oh, they're doing this. I was with
yeah,
some parents this weekend and we went to the Pan Am trials and they're like, well, such and such bracket is a little less than ours, and
yeah,
but he did this. I'm like, just focus on you. And they're like, well, we're young, so like all that doesn't matter. Like you
yeah,
came here, you competed, you're with the people. You're like,
yeah, for sure.
if you lost, you lost. If you won, you won.
Yeah, I
So
there's a quote I've seen that I really like to think about all the time, which it's comparison is the thief of joy. I think when you get too caught up thinking about like what other people are doing and what you're doing and comparing it, I think that's not the right mindset to have because everyone's like timeline, everyone's journey is a little different. So yeah, I for sure try to just focus on myself, just focus on like doing everything I can to be better and I trust that it'll all work out. So
fine. Yeah, no, I totally agree. All right, so what's back to college wrestling? What's the most, I guess, fun part of wrestling right now that you think is?
I think I think since I got to college, like I don't know what it is that's too different. Maybe it's just being on my own and whatnot, but like just college wrestling and the lifestyle in general just seems a lot more fun to me. It seems a little more like professional or like higher level, you know what I mean? So just getting up, lifting with the team, practices with the team, like traveling with team, all that, like it's just a fun sport in general. And I think that's the way you kind of have to look at it. At least for myself too. I think that's a mindset change I've made since I got to college was just looking at it more so as fun in general than like kind of like putting much stress into it and whatnot. Because once you get to college, if you're not having fun, like it gets even harder. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it does. So like, are there days where you come in where y'all just get killed at practice?
like from our coaches or just
Yeah, like where it's like, the workouts like these days, like it's just hard. We're going,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I
like
I think they kind of have it like we'll have a really hard day, but then the next couple days are easier or more like technique based. So yeah, there's definitely days. I think the training is a lot harder too. Um, so yeah, we'll go on days where like it's a lot of hard drilling, fast-paced drilling, and then maybe even longer live goes. Sometimes it could be like 4 or 5 minute goes, or it could be like two 10-minute goes or even 20-minute spars. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
there's definitely days are hard, but they tailor it to where if you have a really hard day, the next days are kind of going to be more so recovery, but you're still getting better at wrestling. Um,
So and think about this, like when I coach with you guys, and I coach especially here in Missouri, but even with you guys, like the high school state tournament here in Missouri was 3 days hard. So I would try to simulate 3 days
yeah,
hard and then go off. At Sim, it was 2 days hard because our national tournament was only 2 days. Do you
right.
think they ever go 3 days hard with you guys to make y'all get used to the national tournament?
So it depends. For the most part in the season, we try to keep it mainly like 2 days on, 1 day off. It
Okay.
gets a little more weird when we're having more competitions, like dual a lot more duels like in that part of the season, it gets weird because it's like quick turnaround. So
Right.
for the most part, it's 2 days on, 1 day off, usually like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday,
Gotcha.
Friday. Sometimes on the weekend, Saturday, we'll go in. But there are times where it's like 3 days on. If we have a quick turnaround, you kind of have to. But that's
Okay.
also something that coaches kind of, they're never like gonna put you in a position like if you're sore from 2 days on, they'll tell you, hey, take the day off, like do recovery, stuff like that. It depends who you are. Like a lot of our bigger guys will do 2 days on, 1 day off, where some of the lighter guys whose bodies can kind of just go, 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 they could
Okay.
do a little more days in a row without being too beat up. So
So you're saying you get more days off than you did in high school?
yeah, for sure. And I know you are a big like believer in that sometimes rest is the best thing. So I
Yeah.
think that too, especially getting to college. I notice like it's a little harder on your body and whatnot. So recovery
Yeah.
is like huge in college. And I think obviously as you get older, it gets harder. In high school, I kind of felt like I could train all day,
Yeah.
every day and not really kind of feel it, but it changes a little bit. So,
And that folk style season just so much a grind on your body, man. It's
oh
rough.
yeah.
It's rough. So, all right. So, I know been in some battles with the starting spot. Like, what are some ways you think? Like, how do they judge that sometimes? And like, is it wrestle off? Is it tournaments? Or sometimes they combine both? Or is it like a last minute decision the coach might make?
I think it's a little bit of a mix of both. It depends the weight class, depends the situation. But I know for us, for the most part, they kind of judge it based on how you're competing against other guys, not necessarily wrestle offs or whatnot. We do a brown and white match in the beginning of the season, but even that isn't too like uh I think at the end of the day it's all about progression during the season and
Yeah.
how you're competing against other opponents because that's really what matters. I don't know what other schools do and whatnot, but I'd say that's the most important thing for that. So they'll
Yeah.
put us both in tournaments and whatnot, like same tournament and kind of base it off that though. That,
Right. So at Lehigh, like, are you guys put on like individual nutrition plans, or do you have to come up with your own, or like, do you see a nutritionist?
yeah, so we actually have a team nutritionist. She's great. She helps a lot of guys, especially like but it is different depending on the person. Some people need to gain weight, others need to lose weight, some need to just maintain their weight. So she kind of does certain like body fat tests on us and like she'll make a plan with you in the beginning of the year. She'll stay in contact with you and she'll it's the one thing I am not like a big weight cutter, especially this year, so it's not as important for me, but a lot of people are counting their calories, eating clean and whatnot, and she helps them build kind of a nutrition plan. So yeah.
So do y'all have your own like athletic training table as far as food, or like the athletics, or you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, the athletic department, or is it
right.
wrestling,
So
football?
so in our wrestling facility we have like a little nutrition room where but that kind of has like your quick foods. We have protein shakes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's multiple dining halls on campus and then a little bit right off campus, up where like our basketball arena is and whatnot. It's called Stabler. We have athletes dining hall there that you could go to after practice at night. So a lot of us do that. That kind of has a lot more like healthy options and tailored towards like athletes and whatnot, which is good. So that's kind of the best thing for us. But
Yeah. So uh they don't make you go see the nutritionist, you just kind of
yeah,
if y'all want to.
they don't make us, but they highly recommend it. She's available for all of us, and she comes in pretty often too. Throughout the weeks, and you can meet with her one on one and whatnot. Discuss changes and stuff like that. So she works with pretty much most of us. But yeah, you're not forced to, but it's obviously recommended with our sport. So.
Nice. So what about like we'll stick to like weightlifting or your working out plan as far as weights or whatever it is you might be. How does that go? Like, does anybody have their own personal, or you guys have one strength coach you have to see?
Uh, Similar thing. So we do have two strength coaches that work with us, three, but two of them kind of mainly switch with us. But they make our lifting plans as well. They're both really great. It is different depending on the guy. Same situation. If some guys have to lose more weight or are kind of on a bulk, need to gain weight, they'll have different plans. Out of season, most of us kind of are on the same routine in the summer and whatnot, but within the season it switches. Some guys are on 3 day plans, some on four. Some guys are on like a 1 day or 2 day. Uh, for the most part, you probably know I'm on the 4 day, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like, tell me about the lifts. Like a lot of people do power clean, hang cleans, push press. Are the lifts more different? Is it more like Bulgarian bag, maybe kettlebells? Is it movement based?
We do a lot of like Um, our lifts are kind of more so full body lifts. Like well, you might squat 1 day, but then you're also hitting your bench press and stuff like that. So for the
Do
most
y'all
part,
do traditional squat, like on your back, or do you do the new one where they put the weight on your belt and it's down?
so it depends. Like for the most part, guys will be doing back squatting with the barbell, but we also have a belt squat. Whether it kind of is tailored to like injuries or how certain people's bodies are. Like I've actually been doing a lot more belt squatting just to keep the load off my back and stuff.
Okay.
Within season at least, but yeah, that's the other thing. Out of season, it's probably more so back squatting and people kind of get after a little more with the lifts. Our team is a big like lifting team, not because we're forced, but more so just our guys. We enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
kind of just like wrestling
Got a
practice.
bunch of
Like
jabronis over there.
yeah, yeah, no, we get in the gym and we all have fun with it and it's high energy, but yeah, I'd say it's more like athletic weightlifting. We're not weightlifting like bodybuilders, but we're still moving
Okay.
weights around, so
Do y'all do any like I said as far as like I mean you did a lot of traditional lift and is any lift based on movement based for specifically for wrestling or is it still a lot of
um
traditional lifts that you guys do?
we do, it's definitely different than say when I lifted in high school with my dad a lot. It is more so like I don't really know what the word would be, but athletic based lifting. Like we do a lot of
Okay.
athletic movements and stuff. Certain things kind of tailored towards wrestling, I guess you
Wrestling.
could say. But
Yeah.
our lifting coach is good. He works with like all the different sports, and he definitely switches it up for sports to tailor it a little bit. But yeah,
All right, so tell us about school. Like how is it juggling school and athletics?
I
And
think
and go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think that's another hard thing when you get to college. Obviously at SEM where we were for high school, that kind of helped because that was also a high academic school. But school's definitely hard. It's a challenge to manage wrestling and school at the same time. But as long as you stay on top of your work and are doing all the right things, like it's not too hard. You have a lot of free time throughout the day when you're not wrestling and whatnot to get everything in. But
Yeah, sleep.
yeah, yeah, I do a
Sleep.
lot of that too. But yeah, right
Now
now
it
my semester is hard for sure.
now it seems like a lot of your guys like seem like y'all hang out a lot. Like you always saying like you guys are going to movies or
Yeah,
stuff like that. Do y'all have like wrestling night hangouts a lot?
yeah, we are. That's one thing that I really like at Lehigh is just the team culture. Like there's not a single guy on the team that we're not close with and friends. We're all pretty like close knit and whatnot. So even in wrestling season when there's not much to do, like we're all hanging out, whether we go to each other's houses or apartments, watch movies, go to the movies, we go bowling sometimes, different things. But yeah, it's definitely a fun group of guys and we all are pretty close. So
All right. So what about the RTC? Like how do they separate or combine that with you guys? I mean, you guys got some good pickups with the RTC right now, right? Is Kurt's there?
yeah.
Who else is there? I'm missing some people.
Ben Honus is there.
On this
He's on the Italy world
team.
team.
Yeah.
Um We got Jordan Wood, Tomasello, Nathan. He's
Oh, he
been
came
coming up
in.
to. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good group of guys. That is kind of like we have separate practices. Sometimes guys will train with the RTC guys and whatnot, different times, but always available. So yeah.
All right. Well, Dom, since you've never officially done a money round, let's take you through a money round, and then you can go on and celebrate the rest of the day with the family.
Let's
All
do it.
right. Pizza or hamburger?
I'm gonna go pizza. It's probably one of my favorite foods. So.
Pepperoni or sausage
On a pizza or just or
on the
in
pizza?
general? Yeah, I'd go pepperoni.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Personally, I mean, I don't like pineapple and I don't think it belongs on pizza, but I wouldn't hate on anybody if they put it on.
A lot of college guys put pineapple on pizza.
Not that I know of, but I don't know who does, but
All right. Chicken or steak?
I'll probably go with a good steak.
Uh, Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes for sure.
Chick-fil-A or Popeyes chicken sandwiches?
Chicken sandwiches, I'll go with Chick-fil-A, but in general, I like Popeyes best,
All
probably.
right. Uh, would you rather have a bear or chimpanzee?
Probably a bear. Could wrestle it like Khabib does, but
Uh, Pen or tech?
uh, I don't get many pins, but I would say tech. I like to score points if I could, so yeah.
Yeah. Double or single?
Big single leg guy, so
Um, Finishing on the mat or coming to your feet?
probably coming to my feet if I can. I always would like to do that. So,
All right. So when you shoot your single legs, what is your main focus?
um, since I got to college, a big thing I noticed is just lock. If I could lock a guy's leg out, like his hip and his knee, I could bring it up pretty easy, and that kind of stops scrambling. So I would say that having like shoulder pressure, being able to bring it up, locking his leg out so he can't do weird stuff, grab
Throwing
ankles.
his ankle and his knee. It's two joints.
Yeah, right. Two joints at a time. Yeah.
And keeping that's the hardest thing I think for kids to get the developmental kids is how to apply that pressure where they can't move their hip.
Right.
That's the hardest thing to teach. For
It
me,
is.
I feel like it's the hardest thing to
Yeah. I
teach.
think you got to be able to finish though both on the mat and at your feet
Yeah,
because it's always going to be different, you know.
yeah. Um, Armbar or chicken wing?
Armbar.
Freaks or Rulons?
Probably freaks.
Are you
Yeah.
guys Adidas school still?
Yeah, so we normally are Adidas. This year though, we didn't get like Adidas shoes. So we kind of are allowed to wear whatever we want this year, but
Oh,
usually
really?
Adidas, yeah. We're actually
So,
our school is sponsored by Under Armour. So like our singlets and a lot of like clothes is Under Armour.
so y'all can kind of pick then. Yeah, Under Armour ain't never making wrestling
Yeah,
shoes.
no. Yeah, they don't got wrestling shoes, so it's
I don't know
different.
if you'll
I
get
know.
I don't know if you'll get in trouble for this. Do you like the Under Armour singlets?
So our old ones, I actually didn't. They were like kind of like thicker material, but
Thick, yeah.
yeah, we they are still, but like our newer ones are much better. They fit a lot nicer and feel a little more comfortable. So
Yeah. When I
I
was
don't
at
mind them.
CDC, at the LaSallian schools, as being all these private schools who are LaSallian, they all are sponsored by Under Armour. I think the guy who made Under Armour went to a LaSallian school, and
Yeah,
those singlets were so thick, the kids hated them. Like
yeah,
it's so thick.
yeah.
Um,
They got better for sure.
all right. Sprawl or head blocks?
Um, Probably say head blocks because if I could keep a guy off my leg, but having a heavy sprawl is important too. But head blocks.
Head, all right. Head norm or body lock?
Probably body lock. Don't do much head and arms.
Spladle or cradle?
Cradle.
McDonald's or Burger King?
I'm gonna go with McDonald's. Yeah.
Batman or Superman?
I like Batman. Not a big super like hero guy, but Batman's cool.
All right. Dogs or cats? I already know this answer.
Yeah,
Benny
dogs
up
all
in there.
day. Dogs all day.
Would you rather be attacked by a shark or a tiger?
Uh, See, I know most people when we do this say tiger because it's on land, but I think I'd go shark because I don't think I have a chance against a tiger at all. But I know people have survived shark attacks if you kick it in the nose or poke its eyes. So I think I know
Yeah.
a little bit more what to do.
Yeah, the sharks really don't pull you down and drown you. They just take off, they try to take off a limb.
Yeah, I don't. They say that they don't want to like they don't want to eat you. They think you're like a fish or something. So if you kick it a couple times, it might let you go. So that's what I'd pick shark.
Yeah, very interesting. All right. Big one here. Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger?
I think you know my answer to this one. I'm gonna go Five Guys.
Did I
I know
take it
you
In
know.
and Out?
Huh? Yeah, you
Did I
did.
take it In and Out?
You took me there when we were in Vegas. We went, I believe, right? I
Yeah.
wasn't as impressed as everything.
Oh man. Uh Tournament or tournament? I already know the answer to this.
Tournament, tournament.
Guts or laces?
I would say laces.
This is here's a big one for you because I see how many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches you eat before practice. Grape or strawberry jelly on your peanut butter and jelly?
See, I used to do when I was growing up, my mom would always have grape jelly, or I mean strawberry jelly, but Nowadays I like grape jelly. I think that's the better pick.
Okay. Escape or reversals?
Uh, Escape,
State or states?
singular state. I think though, or states. I think it depends though how you say it. Like if I'm going to states, you would just say it with an S, states. But if I'm going to the state tournament, then you just say it without the S. So,
I
but
don't know if
state,
this argument ever go win.
yeah.
Uh, I had a good one for you. Oh, ultimate ride out, top or bottom?
I'm going bottom just because I know that's where I'm a little better. I think I could get out fast, but still working on top. That's something I'm trying to get better at.
It's been weird with the new rules. I wonder how long they're gonna keep this where each guy get the 30-30, but whoever has the most riding time wins.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's been
even
some interest.
it's
Go
weird
ahead.
because somebody could get an escape and then the other guy could give up stall calls or even locking hands and then it's tied
Yeah,
score, but he got the riding time. It's weird sometimes. Yeah.
yeah, that's a weird one. And
Yeah.
then sometimes like, do you just pick neutral and try to get a takedown? But 30 seconds is hard to get a takedown on a good
Yeah.
guy.
If you were watching Big Tens, that happened with Rocco Welsh and McNally. He chose neutral. McNally did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
If they get out
Yeah,
fast, kind of have to, I think. But
so crazy, so crazy. Uh, chicken, boneless or traditional?
I would say traditional. Yeah.
Flats or drummies?
Drummies all day.
Ranch or blue cheese?
I don't use neither, but blue cheese I would prefer if I had to.
All right. Loyalty or respect?
I would say loyalty. Loyalty's big.
Jordan or LeBron?
I like Jordan. Yeah.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
On your hot dog, ketchup or mustard?
I go ketchup. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, you're not a grown man yet,
I
dog.
know. I seen that
That's why
coming, coach. I've been on this too many times.
you're not a grown man yet. You're still in college. So, so are you going down to the NCAA's or do you don't know yet?
I'm not sure yet. I've been thinking about it. Me and my dad might go down. He said he might. So if he does, I might go down with him.
No, I'm thinking about it, but it's like Cleveland, man. It's just oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Probably
liked
be
it last
cold.
year when it was in Philly. That was pretty cool.
It was pretty good, right? In Philly, I like how they had the stadiums connected. You can go walk, and the kids had
Yeah.
stuff to do. Like
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice.
it was real cool. That day in Philly, I had my toe had got infected, and it
Uh,
was okay. I was walking around, and in the finals, my seat, I had good seats until the finals. I was way at the top, and somebody like had to cut across, like come across me. They
yeah,
stepped on my toe, and
yeah.
that thing ballooned up.
Oh my.
Like
Yeah.
I couldn't even walk back to the car. And freaking the next week I had to go to the whatever doctor they call him thing, and he had to rip off my toenail to let
Wow.
all the. I'm like,
Yeah, that
dude,
sounds
that thing hurt so bad. It
it
hurt so
sounds
bad.
painful.
Dude, they had to rip my toe. You know I get my toes done, cuz they had to rip off my toenail from the back to the front, and all this pus just went everywhere. Like I just now grew my toenail back, like just
Really?
now.
Took a year. Yeah.
Oh my god! And then he didn't give me no pain medicine.
Coach, he
All
said
right.
you're too tough for pain medicine.
Bruh, I was like, dude, how you gonna do this to me? Don't give me no pain medicine, like none. I call like, I gotta send me something. Like that thing took forever. They gave me like 5 shots to numb it, so it took a while because I really didn't feel it. And then once I started coming down from the numbness of the shots, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this thing hurts. It was throbbing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. So it's like like popping that toenail off is like opening up a soda can. It just did.
yeah. No, yeah,
Oh, it
I
was
don't
horrible.
that hurts.
Horrible, horrible. All right, well, I hope to see you in Vegas.
Yeah.
If you get
I
clean that, or you think, go ahead.
Vegas, I'm not sure I'd have to go senior level. But
Yeah,
if my coaches let me, I will for sure. But yeah, I'll see you around somewhere, hopefully.
yeah. I know they made, it's weird too. I was talking to some other college wrestlers, and like the coaches kind of want them to focus on folk style, which is hard. Like it's that takes a lot of discipline, like to just focus on
Yeah.
for the
I our
whole
coaches
year.
our coaches like freestyle for the most part. Almost all of our team does U23s and the US Open and whatnot. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you 23 is gonna be crazy. All
yeah.
right, well, I'm gonna text your dad happy birthday, and I appreciate you giving me some of your time. I
Yeah.
know you're a busy college guy.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Thank you, coach. Nice talking to
all
you.
right, yep. Tell everybody I said
Yeah.
hi.
Okay.
All right.
Electricast.